This show is brought to you by PPR Capital Management. Did you know there's a way to invest passively in real estate and get monthly income without dealing with tenants, maintenance, or property management? If you're an accredited or high net worth investor, you can earn cash flow without the headaches by investing in a private equity real estate fund. PPR Capital Management. With nearly $1 billion in assets under management, PPR has provided investors with steady, truly passive monthly income since 2007 without ever missing a payment. To learn more, check out pprcapitalmanagement.com/birds today. That's pprcapitalmgmt.com/birds.
Wow, that's a good ad read right there. Welcome back to Between the Vines. I am your host, Todd Hermans, with my compadre, Trey Thomas. We are split in different locations today. Trey, where are you at?
Man, I am at the beautiful Cape May Winery and Vineyard. It is absolutely gorgeous out here, man. And you know, this is my favorite time of the season. So just me and the missus made the drive out here just to come hang out, get some nice wines. I've already been through a wine tasting, so I can't wait to get into this with you.
Oh, nice. It does look beautiful.
Yes.
My background is the beautiful county of Chester. I am filming from my rooftop today because I couldn't make it to Cape May. But to celebrate this beautiful 75-degree weather, I'm having some summer in a bottle.
Summer in a bottle.
Don't tell Bill from Saddle Hill, but it's like a painted bottle, like the one that they kind of do.
We're not going to talk about that, but it's just summer in a bottle, though. It's
anyway,
nice.
This is from Wolfer Estate, which is out in Long Island.
Okay.
The wife and I used to we would take a trip out there every summer, and one of our favorite rosés we ended up with. So.
Okay. Yeah. Well, after our wine tasting, we settled on the estate, Cape May Vineyard Estate red blend. You know, okay. So actually, and what's awesome about this is that all of these grapes come from the vineyard that's right behind me, from the vines that's right behind me. So, hey, man, it's been awesome. Just an awesome experience so far.
So how many different wines have you tasted, Trey?
We've been through probably about 12. So,
12 different wines or 12?
Yeah, 12 different. I think 12 different wines. Yeah.
And you settled on a red? You made through the spectrum.
We made it through the complete spectrum, and we got a nice little red blend that we're dealing with right now with some foods and everything. So it's been awesome, man. You have to, whenever we get the chance, you have to make it out here.
So this is a repeat visit we can make?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's definitely a repeat visit.
Okay. Well, that's what's up. Well, we got some things to cheers to. The birds are back, baby.
We're back. We're so back.
Had a big win this week, won by 20. So let's cheers to the games to come.
Yes, to the games to come. All right. Cheers. Yeah, man. So this red blend that I'm dealing with, all the grapes are crushed together and all fermented together. So it's just an absolutely beautiful wine.
Yeah.
A little Merlot. Yeah. So it's a nice little red blend that they have going on here, man. It's beautiful wine. Beautiful wine.
Well, this summer in a bottle here is a delicious rosé. It's crisp, it's light, it's refreshing. Exactly what I need on a good October 75-degree day.
Absolutely.
Tomorrow's going to be 80 supposedly.
Oh, that's awesome, man. I might peel the top back.
Yeah. It's that type of weather.
Exactly. That type of weather. Yeah.
So let's start talking about this game, Trey. What an exciting game to watch, right?
Yeah, it was a really exciting game to watch. I mean, straight from the beginning to the end, I thought our defense just came out and dominated right out the gate. You know, you could just tell that that the defense is starting to continue to stack performances, you know, because you didn't see that really good game and then a drop off, you know, a good game and then a drop off. That, you know, after the Cleveland game, everybody was kind of like, yeah, we won, but you really still didn't feel good about it. The Giants, you felt a little bit better about it. But this game was the one where you're like, we're back.
We're back. We're going to the Super Bowl. I love
Yes.
being a fan, dude. I love being a fan where you don't have to check it week to week and you can just fly off the handle with your best type of emotional reaction that you
Yeah.
want.
I'm back on the hype train.
I love it. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is the team to beat. This is
Yeah.
obviously the team to beat. Well,
Absolutely.
we also learned that to defer is the possible best call at a coin flip.
I'm starting to cross over to the defer. At
Yeah,
first I would always want the ball, but now.
I mean, we had the conversation of what a 3-and-out does to an offense versus what it does to a defense. Huge momentum builder. And as an offensive lineman, generally, you're not you can play your best 3 plays and you can still go 3-and-out. So it's like the control is not really into you on how you start. The control is more into the play call and the playmakers. So I liked the defense starting when we played. Meant that we were getting the ball coming out of the half, and also we had a good defense most years, so they could go out there and set the tone. And I just felt like if the defense went out there and at least only gave up like 1 first down before they forced a punt or something like that, the momentum was on our side and we were ready to roll. And I felt like offense was easier when you got that kind of feeling or push from the defense.
Yeah, I think that it also, like with the defense, they come out there. Defense is more an emotionally charged side of the ball, where it's all about the energy. So when they start the game, they go out there and make a big play. Everybody's snot is flying, spit is everywhere. Everybody is all hyped. As an offensive player, you have to be a little bit more controlled with your energy. So I see letting the defense get a chance to kind of get things going, but that's not the way it happened in this game. When
it's not.
No, we defer, and it's like, wait a minute, hold on, here we go again. Joe Burrow just goes 17 plays, 10 minutes and 4 seconds, 17 play drive, 70 yards, and ended with a touchdown. Yeah. That makes you feel like, here we go again.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly how I felt. I was like, crap. The wind's out of our sails. They just marched down the field on our defense. That's exactly what I want our opening drives to look like. But we haven't got that yet. So I just thought that was not the way you wanted to start the game. But the offense came out and they responded. We still didn't score in the first quarter, but we only had like 4 minutes and change to work with, right?
Yeah.
But they came out and we scored and kept the drive going and scored on our first drive of offense, which is what we needed to see.
Yeah. I mean, we got a field goal. You know what I'm saying? But you scored. Which you answered. Right. It wasn't a 3-and-out. It wasn't oh man, here we go again. They just drove down the field, scored a touchdown, and then we come out there and we have to punt the ball. I think that being able to answer with some points definitely helped with the momentum.
Yeah, dude, you don't want to go down there. And then if you are driving the ball your first series, you don't want to get into a 4th and short situation, go for it and not get it, because that's going to absolutely stall you out on your face. You know what I mean? Yeah. You got to take the points. It makes the drive feel like it was worth it, and you kept the momentum rolling.
It was a successful drive. Anytime you can drive down, get some points on the board, that's a huge, huge success.
Yeah, absolutely. So running game looked good. I loved it. What did you think of the first 15? I thought we're improving on the first 15.
I think leaning on Saquon, if you're making part of most of that, leaning on Saquon, your first 15, that's a good start, because I think that what we're starting to do is create our identity. Before we didn't have an identity. It was more of, hey, we're going to try to air it out. If the run is there, we will. But I think that, coming out and just saying, all right, we're going to lean on Saquon and let that be our lean behind our offensive line. I think that that's just, where we need to be as a unit.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, I think we're obviously, I also think that it took some time for Kellen to get used to his new roster and see exactly how he wants to call this offense, because the same offense with different rosters has got to be called differently. You can't call the same thing. So it took some weeks to figure out what's going to work, what's some things that we can stick to. One thing that I could also say that I could do without, I know I got a first down, but I could do without the QB power in the first half of the game. You know what I mean? I don't need it. I feel like it's so unnecessary. We don't need to prove that we can do that. I prefer people forgot about it. And then, boom, you pop off a big one, you know?
Yeah, I am not a fan of the QB power, you know, because you have Saquon. Just go ahead and run a regular power play with Saquon and just let him do his thing. I mean, I want to keep the quarterback out of harm's way as much as possible. I don't want to put him in there where you got to get behind a puller. You got linebackers in pursuit, safeties that could catch him. So let's just make sure that we keep him under control. Let the running back handle it.
Especially now, it seems like we kind of got everything rolling, got our stuff together, you know? Okay, let's keep him protected. Don't put him out there. Like, be daring, but don't be risky, you know?
Exactly.
Like, there's no need to be risky right now. We need to keep everybody healthy and be a daring, bold offense, but not a risky offense.
Yeah, I agree with that. Now, tell me this. What do you think, because I know that we had some different changes, like you said, it took a little while for them to catch up with the offensive system and plays. But how much do you think the fan base complaining about what they want to see from the offense plays into the coaches' actually game plan?
Well, I think that they're between the vines listeners. So I think that they pretty much just listen to us.
Okay.
You know, you're taught not to listen to the whispers or the moans or the groans of the fans and the media and all that. But nowadays it's impossible. With social media and all the different podcasts people are doing, all the different avenues that you can get information out of, or disgruntled fanness and stuff, you're going to eventually hear about what's being said. You can't keep the whispers anymore. They're now allowed, you know, roar. And so it's impossible not to hear that. But it is not impossible to not let it sway you. I think that if you're sure of what you're doing, I don't think that you're going to do what everybody's asking you to do. If you're listening to the fans, you're probably not the one that should be coaching. You know what I mean?
Well, that's what's been happening, though. You know what I'm saying? You know, because I mean,
I would just say that we are a knowledgeable fan base.
Very knowledgeable.
Football. We know football. Sometimes maybe it would appear that we know better than a new coordinator or a head coach, you know?
Yeah, to me, I just feel like anytime there is a complaint, you see it show up in the game. It's like, you know, they have a suggestion box hanging outside the Lincoln Financial Field that everybody can kind of take some notes from. Right. And they're like, all right, we're going to add it into the game plan. And one of the first things that everybody complained about, hey, man, give Saquon the ball. Then the very next first play, Saquon is getting the ball. You know,
that's what they should do every time. They should do that for the next 5 games. And then game 6, you hit them with a play action right over the top.
Yeah,
right? Because everybody's expecting you to give it to them.
Yeah, there you go.
If you don't do anything consistently, then there is no element of surprise for anything.
And then they have it where they like, all right, well, Slim only had 2 targets in the game. Hey, why isn't Slim getting the ball? Guess who's getting the ball? Who's getting all the targets? We're going to force that ball to Slim.
Give it to Slim. Yeah. Oh, he only had 2 targets last week. Oh, we're going to give him the ball. Oh, he's going to have some more this week. Don't worry.
Oh yeah, absolutely. 8 targets. Yes. All right. So now then they say, okay, hey, you know what? Hey, Jalen Hurts doesn't throw the ball over the middle. Where's that touchdown coming across the middle?
Over the middle, dude. That was also a hard catch. That was impressive. That was such an impressive catch, dude.
That's one of the things that I like about our receiving core is that these guys can make those hard catches. They're going to put their bodies, their body control and the way they track the ball is absolutely amazing.
Man, this sun has just risen up over the roof line of my house, and it's just scorching my eyes. So I might have to do a little repositioning here. Hold on, guys.
Okay.
Bear with me. It's a little scoot and a little scoot. And we are there. Oh, yeah, that's so much better. Oh, dude, the sun is moving fast.
Yeah, it's moving. The earth is rotating for all you flat earthers.
Wait, all right. So do flat earthers believe that the sun is rotating around the earth?
I guess so. They feel like It goes up and then it goes down, and then that's it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a different time,
Yeah,
different show.
yeah, we're gonna let that one go
Different
because
show.
I have no idea what flat earthers thought on it. It's just
I
to
watched
me,
a video or two. It is interesting that there's so many people on this wagon.
yeah. I mean, so because how do you think that though? Like, how do you? Come on, dude. Like, so you just think that you're gonna sail to the end and then just fall off into nothing?
I think that they're big in the camp that everyone is being tricked and misled. It's all just a big Kansas City shuffle.
Okay.
We're looking
left and going right. Everybody's looking left and going right.
But okay. I just don't see the point in the big like. Well, that's quite the lie to make up, right? And what would the point of that be?
I don't know.
You know what I mean? Like,
what's on the other side of the coin if it's flat? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. But so we're talking about the offense, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the offensive line play. Let's talk about Big Fred, because Fred played a great game, I thought.
Yes, he did.
Left tackle. It was going to be a tough challenge for him. There's no slouch on the other side of the ball. What was it? Mm-hmm. Hendrickson.
I think so.
Yeah,
it's something with an H. I'm not sure. Yeah, and I don't have a roster in front of me. Yes, yeah. 91.
But anyway, he's good. He's no slouch.
Yes. No.
And had a quiet day. Had a very quiet day.
I thought Fred played really well. He did a good job shooting his hands, playing with extension. He was able to sit down on some of the bull rush. Yeah, they did send him some help from time to time, but that's going to happen. I mean, as tackles, I like when you get a little chip help because it's going to force that defensive end into you. But I thought that Fred, across the board, did a really good job. I thought he made himself some money in that game because even if you don't stay with the Eagles, and it helps with the depth, but at least you made some money to where you can go somewhere else and play as well.
Yeah, exactly. I know that, we'll get Jordan back in a couple games, but the fact that he goes out there and can perform like that, that's got to make everybody in that building feel so much more relaxed that we have this kind of depth between Mekhi Becton and Steen, who also played awesome. I thought Steen had a great game too. I wouldn't be surprised if Steen is just the starter moving forward from here without this whole like, well, is Mekhi going to play? Is he not going to play? Let's get Steen in there if his fingers hurt, But just having this kind of depth moving forward, it's got to be such a good feeling, especially for everybody in the building, especially, if we plan to make the playoffs and make that run deep. You're going to need them at full strength with reserves that can make it happen.
Yeah, I think the more depth, it just makes this offensive line even better. And then, like you said, like Steen, he is an extremely gifted athlete, and he's one of the ones with playing right guard. That's one of the tougher positions on this team, just because you're the one that's held in the silent count cadence, and all of that comes with that. So I think that Steen is, he's definitely proved himself to be a extremely reliable player at right guard.
Trey, if there was one person on this team right now that you think there should be a statue made of, who would it be?
A statue made up that's on the team now?
Yeah. I know my answer already off the top of my head, but I would give it to BG. BG.
Yeah, that's I was just thinking BG. Yeah, BG 15 years, the one that won you the Super Bowl. Because BG won you the Super Bowl. If Foles has a statue, BG definitely deserves one.
I also think that we need to start looking for a solid sculptor that could do a real lifelike face, right? Because, right, have you seen the statue for Dwayne Wade? I mean, everybody's seen it. The internet's on fire with it right now.
The internet is having a blast with the Dwayne Wade statue, and
I sent you the one where he was like trapped in the wall.
Yeah, trapped in the wall. I mean, it is just everybody is just having a blast with this Dwayne Wade statue. It just looks ridiculous. I don't even know
funny though? It's like when I would try to, so I was like fancied myself somewhat of an artist,
Okay.
So I could draw a lot of different things, but whenever I tried to draw, and I could draw a face of somebody and have it look normal, but it wasn't like anybody that I knew. But as soon as I try to draw like a face of a real person, oh, it all just goes to trash, dude. And they end up with like a droopy cheek or like one eye like kind of cockeyed or something like that. So I can only imagine what sculpting would do. But you would think that, you know, an organization that's going through all this trouble would make it seem as though it looked like him. It was like it resembled him. There's even Dwayne Wade when he was up there. He was like, "Who's that guy?"
Yeah, who is this? And then and it's so funny when it was unveiled. Like it was like Dwayne Wade just was there in shock, looking at it, and then
there was nowhere to escape to. There was nowhere to escape.
Because now you got all these cameras on you, and everybody's like, "Oh my God, how do you like it?" And then Bam, to see Bam and them in the audience, to see them cover their face. They're like, oh my God, look at this. Oh my gosh. You know what I'm saying? Like the NFL has to have their sculptor somewhere locked up that, you know what I'm saying? They need to find
no one else can use him.
Yeah, he's
got a non-compete. He's got a non-compete lifetime.
Yeah, absolutely, a non-compete. Because I mean, you know, because he's probably one of the better ones that I've seen when it comes to making statues and busts or whatever. But you know, what the dude from the NBA, you know, wow. And I know as an artist,
I don't even feel like he's ever made a face like that before. You know, it's like he created an expression for Dwayne Wade.
Yeah, it was wild. Yeah, I don't know, man. But
so,
you know,
you are an artist, though, right? Like you paint, so you have some insight there, right? I mean,
yeah, I'm pretty sure the artist is very sensitive because everybody's clowning him right now. Because when you create something like that, you've poured a lot into it. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of time and effort. You stepped away, you stepped back, you looked at it. You're okay. All right, let me make sure. All right, it's cool. And then you unveil it, and you're like unveiling, like, aha! Look at what I created. The lights and doves should fly, and there should be a light that shines down instead of everybody clowning him. I mean, it's got to be embarrassing.
This guy needs to be real with himself, though. And he had to look at that before he delivered it or when he was putting the final touches on it and be like, he had to be real with himself and be like, no, that doesn't really look like him, but I don't have enough time to do anything else. I mean,
I mean, I don't know. It's, you know, to me, I just feel like, wow, you know, but I mean, I know as the artist, he has to feel a certain type of way about this just because of the reaction that it is getting. I mean, your body of work is getting clowned right now, you know, where you might have people that's like, you know what? Hey, I was going to commission a project from you, but I don't think I'm going to do it.
Well, here's the thing. If it was not this bad, it would have just been glazed over. This guy is going to become famous for this. He's viral now.
Yeah,
I mean, the Dwayne Wade statue thing would have taken some airtime, but not like this. You know what I mean? Not anything like this. If it looked exactly like him, it would have been like, oh, that's nice. Oh, clap, move on. You know what I mean? But now this is like a week-long thing. Maybe longer.
Maybe he did it on purpose. Maybe this was all a ploy.
That's what I'm saying. People do everything for clicks these days.
Oh, yeah. He was like, all right, you know what? How about this? I'm going to make it look crazy, and then everybody's going to talk about it, and then there you go. And then all I got to do, I'm laughing all the way to the bank. I'm crying all the way to the bank.
Yeah, he's got the image likeness and everything. He's got the rights, dude.
And then I think he even came out and was like, hey, everybody was said the same about Kobe's statue. And I'm like, I don't remember that.
Yeah. I don't remember Kobe's statue, but I don't remember it being that bad.
No, not like this. And then I think, especially this is a new era with social media.
I mean, dude, why can't you just have it like laser printed or laser etched? Why can't you have a machine do it so that it actually looks like him?
Yeah, I mean, you could 3D print this, man. I mean, you know,
my brother runs these like 6-axis machines where they do like crazy stuff.
Yeah, come on, man. I mean, this got to be a better way.
Maybe it wasn't in the budget. I don't know.
I don't know. Whatever it was, it showed up bad, man.
Yeah. Well, anyway, let's move over to the other side of the ball. What do you think of the defense? Like,
I thought the defense. Go ahead. You tell me.
Well, I mean, we talked about this already, but I thought they came out and played well, dude. You give up 17. Is that 17 points, right?
Mm-hmm.
that should be a win with our offense and our weapons. If you give up 17 points a game, we should win the majority of those games. Now, that's if we have the same offense showing up. So I thought the defense played well. I think that the back end, maybe like 2 weeks ago or something, the secondary got together and made a decision, was like, listen, we just got picked apart by the Browns. We need to do something to establish ourselves in this league. And it seems like the last 2 weeks, they've been aggressive. They're playing with crazy energy and like a little bit of a chip on their shoulder. And I think that that is translating to the whole defense.
Yeah, I agree, man. I think that the key to this defense and the key to the success of this defense is the secondary, as the back four. I think those guys have really accepted the challenge, and they are playing at an extremely high level. Having Cooper DeJean step in, man, Cooper DeJean is having a heck of a rookie year. You know what I'm saying? Between
He really is.
And Q Mitchell, man, these young guys play with a chip on their shoulders, and they come out there ready to play. And then even the other young one that comes in for Slate, these guys are out there challenging receivers right out the gate, and they play with no fear, and that's what you have to have as a secondary.
Yeah. I mean, dude, just having these young guys in the secondary play at the level that they're playing in their first year gives me so much confidence moving forward for the defense, because having pieces like that are going to be able to develop into not just like good players, but elite players. When they're starting like this, there is no ceiling. They can just keep getting better, and just, it reminds me of when we drafted, and it was before I was here, but like Lito and Sheldon, we drafted them, and was that in the same class, I think, right? And then they came out. I'm pretty sure it was. You were already an established veteran that wasn't paying attention to the draft or anything.
Yeah, I wasn't.
Make the team and I'll learn your name type thing.
Yeah, pretty much.
But dude, so they came in, they played, and then we were able to build, the secondary around them for quite a few years. And it's just great to have that kind of security on the back end and see that out of your young guys. When nowadays, dude, there's so many questions about what you're going to get in the draft, what you're going to get, if it transitions to the NFL. If all the other stuff gets in the way. I love what I'm seeing out of this group. And the linebackers too, bro. The linebackers are starting to come into their own. Bomb. Led the tackles again. Or led the team in tackles again. And Nakobe Dean came out, had a very productive game. I'm loving it, dude. I like where the defense is heading right now.
Yeah, I agree. I think that, like you said, the secondary, like the linebackers, Nakobe Dean is really coming to himself. This is what everybody's been waiting to see. You've been waiting to see Nakobe Dean show up and be the player that he was advertised to be, and he's doing that. He's playing really well. Now, I think that as the secondary continues to get better, that's when you're going to start seeing more production out of your defensive front, that's going to start getting home more, because to me, coverage, all the time, coverage dictates stacks. And even though we only had 1 sack in this game, but the coverage was able to give this guy's chance to hold him down, because you knew Joe Burrow was going to get rid of the ball as quick as possible. So in order for us to be disruptive, that secondary need to be down there and be physical and throw the receivers' routes off.
Yeah. That's, a lot of people don't understand like a defense and how it works. It's a concert of all the positions working together out there. It's not like you can just get 4 dogs up front and then they're going to be productive. I mean, they're going to win some games, but like if you have a smart coordinator and a smart quarterback back there, they're going to scheme around your 4 dogs up front and be able to get the ball down the field. So when you see a defense be productive like ours is right now, it's all of them working together, all of them doing their job, and it's great to see, dude. It's great to see.
Yeah, absolutely. So tell me this, what is your take on Slay right now? Because this is his 3rd game that he's had to be pulled out. What's your feel on that?
Yeah, so is he banged up? Is he?
It's always something. It was his knee for 2 weeks, and then it was his then I think this week it was his groin.
I'm just saying, you get a little too banged up when you get up in the years, and you're gonna not be around. You know, like you have to be durable when you get older. You know, otherwise they're going to find younger, fresher legs to come in and make plays.
Well, you already had that with Isaiah Rodgers,
like Mr. Rogers. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know, who was the one that had the deflection on that pick? You know, had it played nicely. Which I have to add. My son in his championship flag game this last weekend, which we lost, it's because they were all second graders on the other team. You know.
Okay.
But what are you gonna do? We were mismatched.
Okay.
Outmatched is probably the word for it. But there was a ball going up over his head, and I was like, oh my God, he read that horribly, right? And he found another gear while the ball was in the air, and he completely stretched out and batted out of the air just like that. No interception to follow, but yeah, you know, it's good to see him making a football play out there. I was like,
Yes, proud dad moment.
Proud dad moment. I gave it maybe 2 extra claps on the sideline there. You know, I couldn't be too proud of the dad because I'm a coach also, so can't show the favoritism.
Yeah, you can't show too much favoritism, but I mean that's your son. Yeah, that's awesome.
But with with Big Play Slay, you know, I think he's a good player. It's just like if you're gonna get to the point in your career where there's always something hampering you, and you're like a little bit, I don't want to say a spectacle because he's not a spectacle, but he's got other things going on off the field, you know, which I'm sure everybody does, but his is a little more attention grabbing. You know, he's looking for the media and the clicks, and he's jumping on other people's podcasts and stuff. I mean, those things could wear people down to the point is where there's an easier decision to be made. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Do you think it's kind of like, you know, I'm looking for an injury, but it's not that you know, but that one's not that. You keep getting hurt, and then it's like, you know what? Yeah, I'm hurt, but dang, it's not that bad. I got to get back out and play next week again.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
you know what I'm saying? Where it's like, you know, oh, that hurt, that hurt.
Sometimes it doesn't hurt as bad when the guy that came in for you balled out.
Yeah, no, you heal up real quick. You know, you're like, I got to get back out there because you've had
like,
3
Todd,
weeks.
You broke your ankle. Be like, yeah, but I think I can make it.
Yeah, you know, I'm gonna shake that off. You know, but I think that, you know, and I think that it just changes the chemistry. You know, because secondary is something where you got to have a good feel for the player and where he's going to be, because you look at that interception where Rodgers and CJ, you know,
consonant.
Yeah, it's a lot of initials, but you know, with CJ,
I'm also going with I didn't find this out, but I think that first J is a junior. He's got to be a junior, right? Chauncey Jr.
But you
Johnson.
don't. Yeah,
or
but
maybe
you
it's
don't do it.
Chauncey Johnson Gardner Jr.
Yeah,
what if he's a Chauncey? What if he's a Chauncey Jr., but the Chauncey is not a Gardner or a Johnson?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. There's a lot of levels there.
Yeah, he just threw my brain in. I don't know. Let me go back to
good ball player. The consonant.
Consonant. You know, but you look at the chemistry there, and Rodgers. You know, it takes chemistry to be able to say, all right, you know what? I'm going to go up and deflect this ball to CJ, and he's there to make that interception. You know, without the chemistry, that play isn't made. You know, so do you go ahead and just say, you know what, Slay, since we've had to pull you out of the game 3 weeks back to back, you've had 3 games where you've had to come out for whatever little boo-boo that you had. Do we need to go ahead and just say, all right, you know what, Isaiah Rodgers, you're the guy?
Well, look at this, dude. What year is Isaiah Rodgers right now? Is he like year 3 or 4? You know,
what year is this from? No, I don't know.
Maybe 2, 3, 4. Let's say he's early in his career. Probably first contract still, I'm guessing, right?
This is 4th year.
This is 4th year. Yeah. And then what is this for Slay? He's getting up there. Is he 10 yet?
Oh, Slay. Right? Oh, yeah, been tenured. Yeah, Slay is.
He's on 15?
No. I don't think he's that.
Yeah, but he's like right around 10. So right.
Yeah, let's see. This is his 12th year.
12. Oh, God bless, dude. You know what?
Yeah.
It's time. I mean, look at I love his swag. I love the energy that he brings out to the field, stuff like that. But look at the youth insertion and the turnover here. And if you look at our secondary with him swapped out, right? We've got Reed. We've got CJ.
Yeah.
We've got Cooper DeJean,
Cooper
and then
DeJean.
we've got
Q Mitchell.
Q Mitchell and Isaiah Rogers. Those are all young guys that can grow together. You know what I mean? Grow together for the next few years and not really have to worry about the back end other than like finding solid reserves or maybe like a steal in the draft that can back up. You know what I mean? That gives you time to focus on your linebacking core and your front, who is going to see some more turnover when BG's done with this farewell tour, which I'm going to get in his ear because I think he should have another farewell tour. He's playing well, man.
I think BG, you know what? I was just talking about this with John Marks this morning. I think that BG is playing at an extremely high.
And it's funny. It's funny because, like, who does that on a farewell tour, bro?
Yeah. I mean, BG is out there balling. He is playing at an extremely high rate, man. And as for someone that's saying, you know what, this is going to be my last year, old ass BG is out there balling right now.
You would think he would be just chilling, maybe catching a snap or two, but collecting jerseys after the game and like coaching up the young guys. But dude, he is out there getting it, and I love it. I love it. I want him to play more. I feel like, why can't he have a farewell tour part 2? You know what I mean?
Pat Durr. You know, but I'm kind of like, you know, I like the 20-something snaps that he's getting. I think that's good.
It's high productivity, though, out of 20 snaps.
High productivity. And I think BG is making a lot of noise out there, man, you know.
And he's probably also thinking to himself, like, hey, I could probably do this again with this low load. I could be very productive. I'll just stay on my grind.
Yeah, I got one more in me.
But the thing is, do you want him to play until he's not playing well?
No. I want you to go out on a high note. You know what I'm saying? It's like with Kelsey. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody,
it's hard to do.
Because Kelsey went out on a high note. You know, you were playing well. You had a really good season. You leave while everybody's like, oh, yeah, awesome. You don't want people pushing you out the door. You know what I'm saying? So I think that with him saying, all right, this is it. You're leaving on a high note. It's like Costanza. All right, hey, boom, hey, I'm out. You know what I'm saying? I'm good. Everybody's clapping for you. They're not booing you up out of here.
Start the BG statue.
Yeah, absolutely. But let's get the guy that does the NFL ones.
Also, speaking of tapping out, let's talk about, have you, as an offensive tackle, ever tapped out of a game?
Never tapped out of a game.
I'm tired. Come get me for maybe 1 or 2 plays.
No, never. I've wanted to. You know what I'm saying? I have been tired. I have been in long drives where I'm like, hey man, I need something to happen. You know what I'm saying? Fine, do something.
Hold the huddle a little longer. Hold on, man. Give me a minute.
But do something. Get me off this field, dude. I need a field goal or a touchdown. Let's do something to get the big dog off the field, because I need a little oxygen, because we just ran 15 plays and I'm a little winded.
So same, right? Same never happened, right? I don't think offensive linemen are allowed to tap out. If they're tired and they feel like they need to tap out, they usually fake an injury or something.
Oh yeah, I'm down.
You know what I mean? Because then you got to come off the field if they come out.
You have to go off the field. Yes.
So it's at least a 1-play break. So in the locker room after the game, just so everybody knows, Anthony Richardson, if you live under a rock, Anthony Richardson, the quarterback of the Colts this week, tapped out and basically said he needed a break. And he came out for plays. What would you think as an offensive lineman if the one position on the field that is supposed to be in solidarity with his offensive lineman and be out there for every grueling play of the game, tapped out for a couple and said, hey guys, you know what, I'm gonna take a break, I'll catch you in a minute?
You know what, I kind of think, I have to go back and watch this game, because I like,
he was running for his life. He was running for his life.
Oh, okay. Well,
but the play that followed was a handoff. And he didn't know that when he tapped out. He didn't know that, right?
Wow.
But still.
Yeah, I thought it was wild for you as a player, because when you go into a game, you know that the offensive line and the quarterback is going to be in the game until the game is in hand. Now, you might, sub out running backs, you might sub out receivers, but you don't sub out the offensive line, and you don't sub out the quarterback unless the game is in hand. I have never seen a quarterback tap out because he was too tired.
It's wild. It is absolutely wild. I mean, I don't think it could go over very well in the locker room. I mean,
No.
I appreciate him for, I guess, having self-awareness to take himself out of the play. And maybe he's like, I'm too tired. I'm going to fumble this ball if I have to try to snap it, you know? Maybe he was avoiding a turnover. But still, dude, like, I don't know. It's your job to be in shape to be able to play an entire NFL game, whether you're running for your life or not. And then, again, like, when a backup's out on the field, that's a chance for you to never go back out there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I just wouldn't give that opportunity unless there was something keeping me from being on that field.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and then to just say, hey, man, I'm tired. I'm a little winded. And for the coaches to be like, all right, cool. Hey, such and such, get in there.
Hey.
Yeah.
Usually there's a scramble. The backup quarterback has no idea where his helmet is.
No, he has no idea.
He's over there with the earpiece and the clipboard.
Yeah, he's just hanging out, and it's not until an injury happens or something where he's like, oh, let me hurry up and take some snaps. He hadn't even taken any snaps. So he had absolutely no idea, because normally when something happens like that, the backup quarterback has a little time to take some warm-up snaps with the center and get in there. He just is thrown in there like, hey, man, I'm tired. I got to go. Hey, I hope you have your helmet. But meanwhile, you got Jalen Hurts out there with one shoe trying to figure it out.
I don't want to take a play off. Give me the one that doesn't match. I don't care.
I don't care. To call
Let
a timeout.
me go viral.
Yeah, call a timeout. Give me another shoe, which hands down is one of the greatest.
That's a baller moment right there. Yeah. Shout out to the equipment room.
By the equipment room to say, you know what, we have another extra. How many times have you ever had an extra pair of shoes out there on the court, on the field?
We've always had extra shoes in the trunk, Trey.
Yeah, in the trunk, in the locker room, but not out on the field.
I think Greggy Delamitros deserves a cheers.
Yeah, man, that's because you even had that one time when Landon Dickerson broke his helmet, and they had an extra helmet right there. Boom, here, put on another helmet. Don't worry about it.
Here, don't use that mouthpiece, though. It's not yours.
Yeah, cheers
to Greggy Delamitros. Great job, dude.
Yeah, good job.
You're on it. So, the tap out, obviously not the right move for him. He's not playing this week. He's not slated to start this week. Do you think that this was such an embarrassment for him and the organization that they're able to parlay this into an injury now and be like, he tapped out because he was hurt? That's why he's not going to start this following week. You know what I mean?
No, he already came out and said what it was. Yeah, he tapped out and then even went and did an interview.
He said, I was tired.
Like, I was tired. No, that's no, there was nothing wrong. It was just that I was tired. You should have said that something was hurt.
The team was like, no, you were concussed. You were concussed. You were tapping your head because it hurt and you were dizzy, and then you wandered off the sidelines because you didn't know where you were.
Yeah, no, he was like, I was tired. No, that's all. There was nothing more to it.
He would go in, he would pass the baseline protocol immediately, be cleared to play. This is the story they should have ran with.
No, but
although concussions are nothing to play around.
No, nothing to play with. He could have came up with something else. Hey, man, my ankle was feeling a little jumpy. I had it to just come out, but not to just say that I'm tired. But this week has been a lot of firsts. I mean, even when you had my man down there with the Commanders and who were they playing? Was it the Falcons?
It was the Bears. It was
the Bears. Yeah. So you got
the bad news Bears, bro. They just can't seem to line it up right. Even when they're winning, they don't win.
Even when they're winning, even when you're winning and a Hail Mary has to happen, you got the player down there celebrating, talking trash to the fan base.
Bro, I was notified that he was talking trash to the fan base the play prior, and then he's the one that gave up that 15-yard out before the Hail Mary.
So he hadn't learned his lesson yet.
He had a case of the Siriannis, and he just could not shut his ears off to what the crowd was saying.
Yeah,
and he just had to let him know.
Yeah,
he had to let him know.
And then there you go. You're the one. So you're down there talking all this trash, and then you see everybody running. You're like, and then now you run over there, and then you're the one either everybody on the field to tap the ball into the air
Into the
for the
perfect
receiver to catch
position.
into the perfect position. So
Bro,
what
knock
was
the
your
ball down. Knock the ball down.
No, he knocks it up into the air to the receiver for a
That's a
touchdown.
volleyball set.
Yeah,
Bump
you
set
lose
spike.
the game. You lose the game. I can't imagine
The fallout from that.
Oh yeah, I mean there has to be a point of emphasis when you show up for meetings on Monday.
I would imagine that it's very similar to when, what was his name, Brad Dodge punted it to Deshaun at the Miracle of the Meadowlands #2, part
Yeah.
2, right?
Part two. Yeah.
Wait, was that part? Yeah, that was part 2. Yeah. So anyway, he was given strict instructions to not kick it to Deshaun. And what did he do? He kicked it to Deshaun. And I remember walking by their locker room after the game and just hearing them dog cussing this punter out. Like, it was like, I do not want to be in there.
Yeah, for real.
Dude,
so
it had to be very similar to that. I mean, like,
absolutely.
What are you thinking? What are you doing? You had one job. One job.
Knock the ball down. Knock the ball down. Not sitting out here talking trash to the fans. So you know that the meeting on Mondays, everybody's sitting in the meeting room and it's being circled and it's being discussed.
On a more positive note around the league, our guy, Jameis Winston, he came through on one day, got the win.
Yeah.
Gave us exactly what we expected in the press conference and the interviews afterwards. I love this guy, dude. I absolutely love this guy. He's one of my favorite players in the NFL right now.
Jameis
if I were to buy a non-Eagles jersey,
you buy
Jameis Winston would probably be up there. He's gold. He's always entertaining. Even when he's serious, you think he might be joking. Even when he's joking, you might think he's being serious. It's really it's a tough read, and I love every bit of it.
Yeah, I think Jameis is awesome, man. And I think the funniest thing that was said was that he enters the huddle with a play call, and like he has a surprise to tell you.
But the thing is you can imagine that because you watch him and he gets in the huddle, he's like,
eyes all wide, and he's all super excited. And he's like, I can't wait to tell you this play. It's 95 week.
And you're all like, oh,
on one.
Oh, I thought it was something better.
I thought it was something else, But Jameis, for him to come out there, and I like this interview before, the reporter is trying to ask him all these questions, and he's like, hey, man, unwavering faith.
Unwavering faith. Yeah.
She's like asking all these questions, and hey, God.
She's like, I just really don't know how to respond to that. What do you think you need to do out there today? What do you think you need to go out there and do?
Be
unwavering faith.
Yeah.
Be faithful to the Creator. Unwavering faith. That's all I got to do. And then post game, hit it with the same thing. I loved it. Yeah. He didn't need to change his answers.
No, he quoted Eminem. You know what I'm saying? Like he quoted one of Eminem's, something. So Jameis is awesome, man. I like.
Shout out Jameis. Jameis. You can come drink wine with us anytime. Talk about
absolutely
ball. I love it.
Yeah, awesome.
So coming up this week, we got Jags coming to town. We got the celebration of Shady.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it. Shady enters the hall, joins my co-host Trey as the esteemed members of the Eagles Hall of Fame. So Trey, tell me the perks of being in the Eagles Hall of Fame. Other than, being a historied player.
Yeah, you get an amazing jacket. Mr. Lurie usually gives you a nice, Mr. Lurie gives you a nice little gift. And, and then it's it,
and then you're in Eagles lore forever.
Yeah, and then you're in the books. So I that's good. I think Shady deserves it, and it'll be awesome to be there for him.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. What do you think about Dougie Fresh coming back to town?
Yeah, I think that if we continue the ball, Doug is in a bad spot right now with his team. They're definitely struggling. So I think that this is another game where we should go out and dominate, and it's up to our defense to continue this trajectory that we're on.
Yeah, I think that it's a perfect game for us to come home to for Shady. I think that we can keep it rolling. We can keep building on this offense, get a lot of production, and get another W in the bag, keep building on what we got. We got to get better every week heading toward the playoffs. I was saying, I think that this early jostle, I guess I'll call it, I think steered our ship in the right direction. And I'm back on board, baby. Let's go.
Back on the hype train. Back on the hype train.
Trey, what you got coming up this week? You got painting with Trey Thomas Tuesdays?
Yeah, we did Trey Thomas Tuesdays the other night. It was awesome, man. Had forward to it. And then I'll be doing my pregame show Sunday 4 hours before the game with Green Legion. So, keep him busy.
Keep him busy. Well, I think that wraps it up. I want to let you get back to the wifey. Enjoy your time out there in Cape May. The sun is cooking me. I'm starting to sweat now in October. I'm sitting on my roof at the end of October, sweating.
It's a beautiful time. But before we get out of here, I'm gonna make sure I show you guys some of what we did here at Cape May Winery, and just check it out.
Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, do all the things. We'll catch you guys next week. Next week, we are going to be at, hold on. I got it in my head. No, I don't have it in my head. It's in my phone. Not Chad's Ford. Next week, we're at Chad's Ford. Chad's Ford Winery. New ownership. We will catch you there.
All right. Sounds good to me. Looking forward to it.
Enjoy, Trey. Right. We'll catch you guys later.
All right, bro. Take care.
This show is brought to you by PPR Capital Management. Did you know there's a way to invest passively in real estate and get monthly income without dealing with tenants, maintenance, or property management? If you're an accredited or high net worth investor, you can earn cash flow without the headaches by investing in a private equity real estate fund. PPR Capital Management. With nearly $1 billion in assets under management, PPR has provided investors with steady, truly passive monthly income since 2007 without ever missing a payment. To learn more, check out pprcapitalmanagement.com/birds today. That's pprcapitalmgmt.com/birds.